Today we'll be discussing whether or not there is.
Today we'll be discussing whether or not there is a purpose in life, and whether that purpose or meaning is a distinct value that motivates all of us to act in a certain way. This is one of life's big questions that doesn't necessarily have a correct answer, but that doesn't mean we can't think about it. There is meaning in life, but that meaning is not a purpose. The two have very distinct differences, and one is a dangerous trap that we should avoid. Unlike having a purpose, there is no solution to life. The simple answer is, life is not a problem to be solved. It's a reality to be experienced. I'd like to first borrow a few ideas from a movie I just watched recently, called Disney Pixar's Soul. Through the film, the protagonist Jim, alongside Tina Fey's character 22, discovers something called a spark. They instinctually believe that the spark is one's destined purpose in life. But the truth is, there's more than just one spark. Sparks are the moments in life that we consciously experience that attribute meaning to our lives. They're actions, moments, and memories that give us warm, funny, nostalgic feelings. When we talk about living in the moment, we talk about using those sparks to ignite passions and reasons to keep going. When I discuss the idea of sparks, I'm always brought back to personal reasons and a personal core memory. I have a memory of being on this very hill in grade 5, working on a diorama project in the sun, enjoying the moment, and I often revisit this memory and the feeling of creating something in the natural environment. The world almost felt that it wasn't moving, and it was just me and the universe alone. Alan Watts, what I like to call a philosophical interpreter, did a good job of simplifying some of the Eastern philosophical definitions of what the meaning of life is. He brought forth the idea in particular of purposelessness, which although some look to as an inherently negative thing, doesn't have to be. Societal views deem that our goal in life is to find a purpose, whether that be a successful career or job that will solve all our problems. Yet, we often fall to the illusion that once we arrive at this conclusion, all of our problems will be solved. Yet, in practice, often when we accomplish something or arrive at the conclusion of these goals, we feel a bit empty. That one goal, dream, or ambition you dedicated your whole life to is complete, but now you realize all the corners you cut to get there, the sacrifices you made, and you start to wonder, what do I do now? There's no satisfaction, in a sense. Going back to Soul, once Joe gets to the big gig he finally wanted for his whole life, he's left feeling empty. It's not what he thought it would be. That's the trap of thinking you have one sole purpose in life. You place all your energy and motivation towards one thing and build it up, and build up your expectations beyond what is reality. Ideas like purposelessness and sparks are not in any way denouncing having goals, but they are encouraging living and enjoying the moment and feeling satisfied by what life already offers, and not by what it may offer. Like Watts said, music is purposeless. If it were not, when the symphony gets to the final bar, it would be the best conductor who got there the fastest.
Hook up an antenna at a radio, and I can communicate to people all over the world, basically anywhere, with a small little battery power pack. And I participate in a number of in programs, Parks on the Air. I'm actually in terms of an activator, the number of parks that we've activated over the last couple of years. I'm the top in Canada west of Quebec.
Nice.
So it's all good fun, and it's a hobby, and I get to chat it up with online with locals and folks in the USA and internationally.
Quick side note, that last clip that you just saw was completely spontaneous. I saw a guy setting up a antenna thing, and I was like, maybe this guy has a spark. Maybe that's his sort of meaning in life, that aside from work, that gives him sort of joy. So I went up to him and I asked him, and then, that was his opinion on it. Anyways, scientifically speaking, one of the major arguments against the fact that there may not be a purpose in life is that of reproduction. They argue that this is an innate drive that motivates all humans and is really the necessity to prolong the existence of one's own genes. And this is it's a valid argument that applies to all elements of life and not just humans, because it's strange to think that most of the time we center this question on humans when in reality life on Earth has existed for billions of years before we even got there ourselves. And I think that Aristotle's perspective on this shows a different side to the scientific angle. He believed that similarly to sparks, we're really searching to find something called the chief good, which is the feeling of happiness. He called it eudaimonia. Eudaimonia? Eudaimonia? Eudaimonia. Eudaimonia. Which is the feeling of satisfaction and happiness that I feel all creatures can feel. And it's innately subjective. It depends from whoever you see. An ant's eudaimonia might be sitting on a leaf and feeling the warmth of the sun, and no one really knows what our internal eudaimonia might be. That's sort of the limitation when it comes to arguing this, because everything, the meaning in life and purpose, is subjective to everyone. You can't really come up with a blanketed term about it. There's a small child staring at me. I'm scared. Children are very scary. In conclusion, is there a purpose in life? No, but there is a meaning. And that meaning is to live every minute and experience as much as you can. Don't worry about finding an answer, because there may not be one. Take this story as an example. There was a fish. He swims up to an older fish and he says, "I'm trying to find this thing they call the ocean." "The ocean?" the older fish said. "That's what you're in right now." "This," says the young fish, "this is water. What I want is the ocean." Remember, just because there may not be a meaning to life doesn't mean that we should give up on living it. It's like eating ice cream. It may be finished soon, but that doesn't mean we stop eating it or stop enjoying it. We savor the moment. I think I want some ice cream now. Is the child gone?